Bear Down Bears fans, day 2 of camp has come and gone, and we've got some positive updates and maybe a little bit of a center competition. We got to talk about all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel, the only channel talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. And if you have not been getting notified by our videos, YouTube has been very weird lately. They've been going through something. I don't know what's happening. But if you have not been getting notified, make sure you tap in on the Discord in the comments below, in the description below, I should say, because the Discord is where you're going to get the latest breaking news on everything that we're covering. You get conversation with us, phenomenal conversation with other Breeze listeners as well. So stay tapped in with us, man. Let's start it off. Day 2 has come and gone, and there's some interesting developments, especially on the offensive line. But the number one thing to note out and point out from yesterday, Rome Odunze was out due to a personal issue. He has now since come back after being missing from Saturday's practice, and so good to hear that. Hope all is well with Rome. I don't know if the rumors have been confirmed on why he was not there, but if they are true, prayers up to you and, of course, the family. Good to have Rome Odunze back in the huddle. And, I mean, there was some good and bad with today, right? I mean, Caleb Williams' best pass today was a deep ball to Tyler Scott that he was able to get in there. But it's still, listen, it's a back and forth. It's a dogfight at practice right now. I would say, you know, you kind of see Caleb Williams win some. You see him get those good moments, and then you see the defense say, okay, bet, let's turn up the intensity. There was a pass that he tried to force in there a little bit to DJ Moore and during the 2-minute drill session, and he ended up getting picked off by Tyreek Stevenson, who made a beautiful break on the ball. I think that when these are the things when you talk about, when we heard yesterday, right, the iron sharpens iron conversation, the conversation on, okay, are you going to be able to go out there and give your best while also being able to take their best and get better from that? And we're seeing that go through every single day. I mean, listen, there's a lot of a long way to go here. There's a lot of ups and downs that you're going to go through, but if you can keep having that back and forth where the offense continues to figure out where they're putting their footing at, and the defense kind of is like, okay, we know what we're doing here, let's take this to the next step and see if you're ready for the next level. Those are the things that you want to see this offense be able to do, and I think that we're kind of seeing that, especially with Caleb Williams. When we heard yesterday, and you're seeing it progress through that, he's gotten a better command of the huddle. He's kind of figuring himself out, figuring out, okay, how to say the play with confidence, how to have that cadence. Remember, the cadence was the biggest question that everybody had on Caleb Williams in OTAs and minicamp. Now, as we get into training camp, it seems like he's got a handle on that. A lot of good things here to have a conversation around. And then there's one that makes today a little bit interesting. If you have not done so, by the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what they're doing. Like I said, check out the Discord if you guys aren't getting notified about our videos. We'll make sure that you get notified about every single video in that Discord. Very interesting development at the center position. Coleman Shelton got reps at center, first team today, while Ryan Bates was with the twos, and it was the opposite Saturday. Now, Matt Eberflus did tell us yesterday there's going to be ins and outs. There's going to be ups and downs. Like, people are going to move in, people are going to move out. We're trying to find the best players for every position. So don't take it as somebody's been demoted or somebody's been promoted or whatever it is. So I think that this is just trying to see kind of how both offenses move with each person in place. But hearing Coleman Shelton getting the first team reps here, it does confirm that there's a legit center competition here that the Chicago Bears are really actually going after. I think the belief when the trade was made for Ryan Bates was that he was the guaranteed center. And this has been an issue with me all along, because you guys know my feelings on Ryan Bates. He's played 150 snaps at center in his lifetime. That scares me. That concerns me. That to me means that, hey, you haven't put in enough work at that position to just say it's your job to have. Now, the problem of that on the flip side is that Coleman Shelton, while he has played a ton of center, while he did start at center last season, in the pass pro, he was not a great pass pro kind of center. Now, in the run blocking, when you told him, hey, we need to go forward, go after it, get after it, we need to make a move here and get going that direction, he was fine with that. He was really good at being able to get that job done. But I mean, to me, the biggest part of this is you have to figure out who's going to work best with Caleb Williams, or figure out if you even have that guy in the room just yet. Who do you think should be the starting center of this team? Let me know in the comments below right now. I mean, to me, listen, I would love, here's the scenarios that are laid out. Ryan Bates is the younger one. He's the one that has the least wear and tear on his body because he's been off of the bench for so long. I would love for Ryan Bates to prove that he's a Pro Bowl center and he's just been a backup because of, right, like the circumstances that have been in front of him. The Buffalo Bills have had a really, really good offensive line over the past few years. I think they're a team as well that a lot of people would attribute some of those sack numbers that have popped up there to Josh Allen trying to do a little bit too much, but they've been, for the most part, a really solid offensive line. And so you're kind of like, okay, maybe they were too good, and that's why Coleman Shelton wasn't getting tick, and that's why they weren't trying to play him as much, and that's why he was the backup right guard. I would love for that to be the scenario, but the likelihood is that's not realistic. The likelihood is right now that more than likely the problem that you have with Coleman Shelton has more to do with Coleman Shelton. And maybe, like I said, maybe it can be proven wrong. Maybe there's something different that is added in. Maybe there's something else that works. But to me, when I look at Coleman, or I'm sorry, when I look, I said Coleman Shelton, Ryan Bates. But to me, when I look at Ryan Bates, I don't have a confidence that he's your guaranteed starting center, which means I may have to take a chance on a flawed starting center who we know has his flaws. Yes, he is a center. Yes, he is a competent center. Yes, he does play the position, and he's played the position over 1,000 snaps over the last season. But teams don't just get rid of good centers. And so I think that you really do have to have this competition to figure out, do we have a center who's going to be the best center on this team, who can be somebody who you can constantly count on in your lineup? Or here's the third option that's there, and you've got the money available. Do you go out and get a guy like Connor Williams? Now, what makes that difficult is Connor Williams is not going to be ready until week 1. I've heard some people say you just grab him and you stash him. You don't worry about the fact that he's not going to be ready till week 1. Well, I have to worry about the fact that he's not going to be ready till week 1 because I have a rookie quarterback. I have a quarterback on the roster who has, you don't want to be swapping around centers with. Who you don't want to be sitting there having a carousel of. This is the problem you have with Justin Fields. This is the exact issue you went through with Justin Fields, right? And that's where my issues pop up on this. That's where I have my struggles with it. You got to get the offensive line right. You have no choice. If you're not going to be able to get the offensive line right, you've got issues, especially starting things off. Yes, Caleb may get the ball out quicker. But can you risk bringing in a guy later on in the season, right? Even if it's, because here's the other scenario I've heard, right? You sign him, you let him be the backup until he's ready to go, until he's acclimated in. Well, that could be 2-3 games. And realistically speaking, and I'm talking about, right, like you get into the season, you sign him, right, you got to talk about him. He's the best center on the roster immediately. He's playing. So you sit him until he's ready to go. What is that, week 2? So you think that extra week of just working with him is going to make up for missing an entire training camp? I don't sit in that level of belief. I don't know what the heck's going on with my green screen right here. What the heck is happening here? I don't know what's happening there. It's very weird and annoying. Is it a turn thing? Is it a, I don't know. It just caught the corner of my eye. I'm like, what the heck is going on there? But no, there has to be some kind of answer at that position, and you need to find it fast. And so if we do have a center competition happening here, let's hope that, I mean, realistically speaking, I hope Ryan Bates is the answer because you traded the draft capital for him. I hope that Ryan Bates is the answer because I think that he's the one that probably gives you the most longevity at that position. But we're swapping guys in, we're swapping guys out. We've got a center competition in camp, and we're going to see who's going to win this thing, or if they feel that guy is already on the roster. Hey, let us know how you feel in the comments below, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Hey, as always, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. I don't know what happened with the press conferences today, but you know, I figured I might as well just get a recording up anyway, and then if they go live with the press conferences later, I can come back on and react to that. So like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. It's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Day 2 in the books. Day 3, I'll be back up there tomorrow reacting to everything that we see tomorrow, and I'll have video coming out for you guys, and of course you'll hear some more questions from me in the presses as well. Hey, y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.